Guys, this is footage of a little interview we did with Tom the other day. We sat.
Folks.
Oh yeah, I didn't ask you to talk yet, did I?
Sorry.
Yeah, ain't your turn yet. It's my turn. Anyway, we arsehole. You put me right off now. I think you're so funny, don't you? Anyway, we sat Tom down the other day and we did a little interview with him. He's been training with me. We've been doing a few bits and bobs. So this is what we got down. Enjoy, right?
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy it. Give us some feedback. Let us know.
Later on. Excited.
Oh yes.
Right. Tell them the people who you are. How old are you? Where were you born? Where are you from? What are you doing?
Alright, I was born in London. I'm 28 years old.
28?
Yeah. Oh no, boy.
I thought you was older than 28, bro.
No, I'm 28.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm 85, baby.
I'm fucking older than you.
You look it, you know.
Cheers, mate.
Sorry.
So yeah, go on.
I moved to London 3 years ago to be closer to my doctors, as I used to live in Swindon, so it was quite a commute.
What'd you go to the doctors for, mate?
My condition,
What's that then?
it's called Friedreich's ataxia.
Sounds like a right laugh. What's that?
It's a right mouthful.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's basically a genetic condition that affects your nervous system and breaks it down over time. So the easiest things then become difficult
Right.
for you to do.
So, for example, getting up and down out of a chair, right?
Yeah.
Reaching up to grab shit.
Yeah. Because I get tremors in my arms,
Right.
which then becomes difficult to hold liquids in open containers.
Right, so that's why you always drink. That's why when we was out drinking beer the other night, I had to pour half of the fucking beer into one. There you go, mate. No spinning.
It costs a small fortune, bigger.
Yeah. Fucking. What was it? What was I spent £10 two drinks at the O2. So Saturday night, myself and Tom went to UFC at the O2. Did you have a good night?
Fantastic.
Yeah, really good time. Who impressed you? What fights did you like?
The big slow, he was impressive. And I also thought the main event, Gustafsson Manuel fight was impressive.
He's awesome, Gustafsson, right?
Yeah, he was just phenomenal.
Yeah, good knee, caught
Good.
Jimmy.
Yeah. The gap opened up and he just took advantage. Unfortunately, the British crowd didn't get the result that we wanted, but
Brad?
I think, yeah, I thought he was impressive. He made hard work of it, but I think he got the result that he wanted.
Okay, so talk Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Brad, I've seen Jimmy fight before, I've seen Luke fight before. It was probably the first time seeing each of them fighting, right?
Yep, it was my first ever time to be UFC.
Okay, so I'm sitting there all week and I'm building them up and I'm saying Brad this and Jimmy that and Luke this and so lived up to the expectation of what you thought the night would be?
Yeah, I think the atmosphere was a bit edgier than what I was expecting.
Right, okay, what do you mean by that? Because there was a lot of Swedish contingent there as
Yeah.
well, right? Yeah.
I think the crowd was kind of split 50-50.
On the main event?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I wasn't expecting, because every other fighter that come out that wasn't from the UK got booed quite heavily.
Yeah.
Whereas when Gustafsson come out, the war felt, evenly based. So,
right. Yeah, fair play.
but everyone was polite to your arrangement.
I couldn't believe it. So, me and Tom get to the O2. We've got the bus, right?
Yep.
Got the bus, went into Nando's, had a Nando's, everyone was perfectly nice in Nando's. I'm like, I can't believe this. There's around 2,000 people milling around that space.
Yeah.
Like, when you walk in there, 2,000 people, there's a lot of people, and
You just queued up.
parted like the Red Sea. I couldn't believe it. It was beautiful. I'll go anywhere with you. Anytime you like, mate. It was a good night. It was a good night. But in terms of me and Tom, we've been training, right?
Yeah.
2 sessions in now.
Yes.
Alright, now we've been using the TRX a lot, right?
Yes.
In terms of, let's talk real, okay?
Yeah.
You're a wheelchair bound person.
Yes.
So, and you have a hard time articulating with your upper body as well.
Yeah.
The training, what does it give you? What does it give you to do the training, to be able to get into the gym, use that bit of kit, use the other machines that we used, and what?
It just makes me feel good to the point where I feel like even if it makes the smallest difference in my bodily movement, my bodily function, it's still a lot better than where I started.
Yeah.
And mentally, you think you're being proactive rather than sitting back and watching yourself deteriorate and wishing you could go into the gym and work out.
Yeah.
So although it's still difficult, it's a frame of mind
in terms of what you're able to offer.
Yeah.
And let me make one thing clear. The way I met Tom is he wasn't a member. He still isn't a member of our gym. He comes and joins us and sits down and drinks a cup of tea with us and comes in every day, and he's like basically a member of staff, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right,
An adopted member of staff.
He's a part of the furniture. There's enough space for him to wheel himself around in there and have a right good time. So, and we look after you, don't we?
Yeah.
So I saw Tom looking in the gym, and I thought, there's got to be something I can do. There's got to be something I can do to work with him. Our gym is not wheelchair accessible, unfortunately, because of the layout of the building, and because it's a listed building, we're unable to put in any sort of lifts or any sort of things that would make the upstairs of the gym, ironically, the area of the gym that would be most useful to Tom. And I'm not putting him over my shoulders and carrying him up the stairs, am I? You know what I mean?
Away fasting, mate.
You're way fasting. Well, we're trying to get some of that off, anyway, you know what I mean? So we've been using the TRX, across a beam, across the double cable beam, right? And just getting Tom used to using his upper body. You'll have seen the videos. We're going to post some videos in with this interview that we're doing here. And just articulating, standing up and down, and using all the upper body kit he can use, and I think you're loving it, isn't
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very hard work. Because this is probably the first time I've trained since being a wheelchair user.
And that's been how long?
5 years.
5 years since you've been in the chair. So before that, presumably you was on crutches.
I was born with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So I used one crutch because I don't have the coordination to use the two.
Right. Gotcha. Fucking hell, what a nightmare.
Then it came, it was at first a walking stick, then it became a crutch.
Right.
And then obviously it got to the point where I was...
Zimmer?
Nah.
I skipped the Zimmer.
That is something I'm looking at in terms of indoors, not necessarily outdoors now because of the wheelchair.
So you use your chair, didn't you? You use your
Yeah.
chair to get about now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tom can move around the back of his chair, and as long as he's got his balance and his hands on the chair.
As long as I'm secure in everything around me,
Yeah.
then I can push it a small distance, not
Right.
very far without.
So you got
feeling
to lift and shove, haven't you?
Yeah.
With that, you got yeah. Right. So it's not. So if it's just freewheeling, it falls away from you.
Yeah.
Actually, you got to lift and shove.
So I've got to control every aspect of the pushing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll end up on the floor quicker than you can say hello.
Yeah. Which is pretty quick, actually. I like to every day, mate. So we're using the TRX, so we're getting the upper body movement, right? So that pulling up, that full stretch through the top, and what we're going to do tomorrow, we've looked at one version of the movement, that low row where you're bringing your elbows low. What we're actually going to do tomorrow is we're going to get you directly underneath the TRX. So
Right.
your position that you're sitting in whatever chair, I ain't putting this fucking armchair out there for you, but you know, you've got the bench, but
Yeah.
because of your
Posture.
scoliosis,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna force you to try and have to keep your back a little bit straighter, alright? It ain't gonna fucking cure it,
No.
but from a postural point of view, even for the value of what you're doing in your arms, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting upright, you got your arms directly above your head.
Yes.
If you can use that movement there to then stand up and pull yourself up, so you finish up here,
Yes.
you're still holding them. You're a strong fucking dude, you know what I mean? Like, you're still
Thank you.
holding the majority of your body weight with your upper body,
Yeah.
because you've got that pull through movement. It's essentially like a pull-up.
Right.
It's the only way you're going to fucking do a pull-up, you know what I mean? Like,
But
there's no way I can't get you up on that fucking dip machine, mate. No way. But I'll tell you what, you can rig the TRX and go wide with it as well and do a pull-up type movement.
yeah.
It's so easy to do. And it's like just two handles, it feels good to do it. I've done it myself
Yeah.
in my own back workouts. Have you floating up in the air, mate, like that? Be alright, love.
Octopus leg.
But the plan is, I mean, look, let me be clear. I'm no expert in training people with Tom's condition. I've been lucky enough to work with people in the past. You know, in the first gym I worked at, there was a wheelchair user in there regularly, and you know, I kind of learned about what he was capable of and what the condition involved. I'm not qualified in any way. I've not got any bits of paper to say I'm medically trained to deal with people like Tom, but for Tom himself, I think it's a confidence game, and if we can work through very, very simple ranges of movement, it's going to be more the benefit of Tom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Again, it's a confidence thing. If like